Hi, fancy seeing you here. It's been a while. Hi, and welcome to Book Talk with Lainey, because I talk about books, and I'm Lainey. Like I said, it's been a while. It's been about 3 weeks since I last filmed and posted a video. A little life update. So, when I posted my last video, I went on vacation, and I didn't take my camera with me because I was just,
relaxing.
And then when I got back on Sunday, and the Monday after that, school started again because college started up again. I'm in my junior year of college, and it's been really stressful, and also I've not been really feeling it.
Like, my mental health has not been healthy.
But that's why I didn't record anything. Little FYI, so in summer vacation I posted pretty frequently. Like, I tried to post at least every second day, but that's not going to be happening anymore. I'm going to try to make 1 or 2 videos per week. Probably only going to be 1 because like I said, in my 3rd year, it's going to be a stressful semester. It's like very important, so bear with me. But I try to keep up doing videos, and yeah, now we got all that stuff out of the way. Let's come to the actual video. So, little backstory first. It's really funny. I'm gonna do a reading wrap up of August. I read quite a few books, which is surprising because when I was on summer vacation, I was in
A huge reading slump.
for 3 weeks. I didn't read a book. It's nothing. But then when I went on my trip, I had a lot of time to read, so I got back into it and I stressed that up. Like, I read 1 book after the other, so in total, I read 12. Not again! Are you gotta be kidding me? Maybe I should stop doing that. No books are harmed. Let me try this again. Maybe I should stop doing that. Let's try this again. In total, I read 12 books this month. And we're gonna go through them in order how I read them and my rating of them. I'm gonna give them a little review, not too long, because I don't want to make this video like longer than it has to be. I'm standing because it's a little messy down here because I don't know why. I'm just lazy. I don't want to pick them up. So let's go. I have my Goodreads open because, I read a lot. I don't remember, I remember what books, but I don't remember in which order I read them. Okay, so technically I started these books in July, but I ended them, I finished them in August, so I'm gonna count them as August, So the first book was Furryborn. It's the first book in the Imperium trilogy, and the second book, Kingsbane, also, the second book. I also have the 3rd book, but it's downstairs, and I haven't read it, so it doesn't matter. I gave both of them individually 4 stars, because the first book really, it really grabbed me, and I was so hooked, and I couldn't wait to read the book 2. Listen, this is important because I love this book. It was so good, so much happened, but this is the book that put me in a reading slump. So it's kind of I gave it 4 stars because it deserves 4 stars, but I kind of have this hatred against this book because it put me in a reading slump. And yeah, but they're really good. They're also not quite what I thought they would be, but we're basically following Ileana and Riel from 2 different time periods, but at the same time. It's kind of cool. It's by Claire Legrand, I don't know. But yeah, I gave them each 4 stars individually. I started 3rd book, but I'm keeping it on the back burner right now. The next book that I read is a new favorite of mine, Belladonna by Adeline Grace. Now, if you haven't read this book, go read it. Book 2 just came out. Okay, this is one of my absolute new favorites. This book was brilliant. It was captivating. It was gothic. It was purely elegant. It was so beautiful, and the premise, everything. I don't know why I didn't pick it up sooner. I knew this was something that I was gonna love, and I did. 5 stars. Go read it. It's just so good. It's so beautifully written. Like, I think I did a video on this book, but Edelyn Grace has this way of writing. You know, certain authors have like a thing for the minus details that they will go into for pages and pages, and she does this, but with limited words. So 5 stars. Made it to the top of my... I just ordered the special edition of Girl on Depop. I can't wait to have it because I need my hands on it. Now the next book that I read is The Carnival of Curiosities. Another 5-star. The characters, the story, the premise, it was so witty and funny. Not funny, but this kind of sarcastic vibe, and I loved it. You just fall in love with the characters. This was a solid 5 stars. It's by Amy Gibbs. And it's just, I heard of this book from a friend, a mutual from TikTok, and we talked about it, and I said that the premise sounds like something I really enjoy because there's a lot of disability rip. And it's like, it's about the circus. The history of the circus is basically that people with disabilities presented as freaks. And in this book, they're not seen as freaks. It's like made really beautiful, if you know what I mean, because they're not made to be there. They're like, you know what I mean? It's like really crazy, and there's like this unique magic system, which I really love. It's really cool. So 5 stars. And the next book that I read is Foxglove, the sequel to Belladonna by Edelyn Grace. Funny story, actually. I pre-ordered this book, and this book came out on the 22nd of August, and I got it about on, I think, the 3rd or 4th of August. I don't know, they probably made a mistake, but thanks to that mistake, I got the first edition with the foiling, which is amazing. Just as amazing as this book. This book is so, like, it's basically, because her writing style is just, it's a duology, so you go read this book right now. Like, 5 stars. Edelyn Grace is one of my new favorite authors. Go read it. Now, the next book that I read was a book that I've had on my physical TBR for ages. This is the first book that I read on my trip. Funny enough, planned was that the trip was a 7-hour train ride, but due to an accident, that train ride took actually 12 hours. So, you know, I had a lot of time. Like, I couldn't do anything. I just had to sit there, and I've read a lot on that train ride. And the first book, yeah, multiple books. The first book that I read on that train ride, like to Italy, the first book on that train ride was Juniper and Thorn by Avery. I've had this book on my TBR for ages. The reason why I picked this up is because I just finished Belladonna and Foxglove, and I was in the mood for this gothic core vibe. And, well, this book is disturbing, disgusting, unnecessarily graphic, brutal, and borderline crazy. I absolutely loved it. Maybe that says a lot about my judgment of character, but this book, when I tell you, some things that have been described in this book are just mentioned so casually, which you know, some things, like, we all, okay, like, you know, in fantasy books, like, the word I something or someone is like getting thrown around like that, right? But, like, the word, I don't know, some shit got thrown around like it was nothing. It was just crazy, and I was so hooked. I was disturbed as fuck, but I loved it. I gave it 4 stars because I just love it. Then the next book I read on that train ride is Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen. Now, I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that I liked it so much. Like, I seriously did not think I'm gonna enjoy this, but I did. I think I gave this 4 stars as well. I was so hooked. And the characters really made you, like, enjoy this book. On the beach, because I hate the beach. The next book that I read was the sequel, The Traitor Queen. And this, oh my god, like, I looked up reviews to this book and I didn't believe it. This is just one thing, like, when you think you got to an end, they're finally in love, it just, they hate each other again. Like, you don't get a break in this book. But they're really good. The thing is, I know there is a 3rd book, but not about these characters, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it, if I'm being honest, because I don't really care that much about the other characters, unless they're mentioned in this book, you know what I mean? So yeah, But these books are really good. Also, I don't know what it was. I read this so fast, even though the writing was really weird. But I read it so fast. And after that, I came back home and I read the entire series of the Playton Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. Now, when I tell you, this book series has made it to the top of my list of my favorite series. I love this book series so much. I cannot wait for book 5. Let's go through it. The first book, Guild. You will see that this is the only book that I have annotated yet. Funny story, I read this book. I've had this book on my TBR for ages. And then I picked it up. And I speed read this thing, right? And then I ordered the rest of the books. You know, my little computer. And then I remembered that on Stuff Your Kindle Day, I actually downloaded the entire series. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna read it on my Kindle. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna read it on my Kindle until the books arrive. Well, the books arrived on Tuesday, and I was done with the books on Tuesday, so that kind of sucks. But that's why I've only annotated one book so far, because I'm gonna go back. Anyway, the first book. Now maybe that's me. I have this thing that even if the first book isn't the greatest, I always love the first book. But I gave this 4 stars. Don't know why. In my head it's a 5-star, but I rated it 4 stars. It's amazing. So great. The next book in the series is Glint. I gave this 5 stars because this book just made my whole world so good. Like, I knew I was gonna read this series, but you know when you have your doubts, and this book just made me go read it, go finish it. I have to. This is gonna be my entire personality for the rest of the year till I find something new. The next book is Gleam. Like, when I tell you, I am shocked. I read this in a day, okay? And this book has over 600 pages. How the fuck did I read this in a day? Another 5-star. The last book was Glow, also a 5-star. Even though I gave the first book 4 stars, this entire series is a 6-star because, wow, I need the next book. And I'm so sad because I think it's the last book in the series, and it comes out in December this year. And I can't. These books are so good. Like, what the hell? If you haven't read them, go read them. So honestly, this was it. This was what I read in August. I'm pretty proud of myself. Like I said, I was in a heavy reading slump, and then still reading 12 books is great. I'm also pretty proud of myself for filming this video because I keep forgetting to do them. Always at the end of the month, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then it's the first of the month, but then I'm lazy to stand up or some shit comes, like some excuse in my brain. And then it's already the middle of the month, and I'm gonna say, okay, next month. You know, it's like this vicious cycle that I keep forgetting doing them. But now I did, and I'm proud. Go follow my Goodreads if you want to see what I read and my amazing comments. I kind of use it as a Twitter dupe because sometimes I kind of overshare on there. So if you want to see my amazing comments and reviews, go follow it. It's linked down in the description. And also follow my other social media because I'm funny and I'm back. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like. Follow. If not, that's cool. We're chill. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Happy reading, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.